Welcome guys. Thank you for checking the pilot episode of Disembodied Film Reviews, the place where you can hear all about underexposed gems or just classic art house cinema. When I started this YouTube series, I really wasn't sure what the criteria should be for a disembodied film. Would it always entail non-commercial world cinema or agitprop 60s cinema? Perhaps you'll discover some progenitors in mumblecore classics like Daddy Longlegs or The Colorway, or perhaps not. For today's review, we're going to be talking about Hal Hartley's 1990 film Trust. Trust is possibly my favorite indie film about the ennui of 20-something-year-olds. It is everything that John Hughes was too afraid to explore in the rom-com genre. People often lump Hartley as a lesser Richard Linklater, or Wes Anderson, but I find that comparison unjustified, and I think you will actually find more parallels to the French New Wave director Jean-Luc Godard. Who else builds such ambiguous character studies, and in a drop of a hat obliterates all the psychological empathy that was just established? It seems like both Hartley and Godard have a penchant for deeply unpredictable humor coupled with an opaque seriousness about the quotidian action that these characters perform. They both love to create musical asides where the camera's tracking or tilting horizontally, a la Bertolt Brecht. But what makes Trust so special? Why is this sophomore effort by Hartley the most celebrated film in his oeuvre? Well, it has a lot to do with the fluid editing by Nick Gomez and the soft-focused DP work of Michael Spiller. Trust begins on a rather morbid note when the young high schooler Maria, played by Adrienne Shelley, during an argument with her parents, announces that she's going to have a baby. Her father berates her for being a slut, while she storms out, and consequently he dies of a heart attack. Her boyfriend's treatment of the news is no better, as he has his own set of plans for his collegiate future in football, and he flat out rejects her. So Maria has no place to go, and she is sure as hell one unlucky girl. But as fate would have it, she's not the only one who feels this way. Matthew is a moody but erudite man who lives with his OCD, super abusive father. His father also berates him for quitting his factory job. And as fate would have it, they meet each other.
I borrowed it. Do you mind?
No.
I put a bed in here for you.
Where do you sleep?
I sleep in there.
And you know, there's
no bed in
a few
here.
scenes in this movie that really make itself memorable. Perhaps the most memorable scene, which we are going to see, is the scene, oh god, screw you, traffic!
They make me look stupid.
The scene in which
You know,
Matthew,
brainy, like
played by
a
Martin
brain.
Donovan,
I like
declares to Maria that he's going to marry her. And this scene is very interesting because they both have
What
two
time is
different
it?
takes of what it means
5:03?
to consummate their love.
Did you mean it? Would you marry me?
Yes,
Why?
because I want to.
Not because you love me or anything like that, huh?
I respect and admire you.
Isn't that love?
No, that's respect and admiration. I think that's better than love.
How?
When people are in love, they do all sorts of crazy things. They get jealous, they lie, they cheat, they kill themselves, kill each other.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Maybe.
To be the father of a child you know isn't yours.
Kids are kids. What does it matter?
Do you trust me?
If you trust me first.
I trust you.
Sure?
Yes.
Then marry me.
I'll marry you if you admit that respect, admiration, and trust equal love.
Okay. They equal love.
Good. I trust you. Now it's your turn.
Thank you so much for watching the first episode of Disembodied Film. I appreciate that you listened to my review and recommendation of Hal Hartley's 1990 film Trust. Hopefully you will go out and buy a copy of it on DVD, which is now available on Olive Films. They put it out about a couple of years ago. For the longest time, it was not available on DVD. There was a rights issue that Hartley had. So I hope you liked this video, and I hope you go watch the movie. You can tell me your thoughts about the film in the comments below. Thank you.